we know we may be pro-life in theory, or we may say we're pro-life.
Right.
We may even write that we're pro-life, but to actually go on the front line, so to speak, to pray at the site where lives are being taken, it makes it real. And it makes the spiritual battle real. It makes compassion more real, and it makes the soberness of it real as well.
But there is so much more going on here. It's the enemy that's waging this war, and it has nothing to do with the women that were there, the people that work at that facility. It just made me realize that there's a spiritual warfare going on here, and then the power of that time praying just made me realize how that is how one way we fight that, and through the love of Christ, and that's the example that we need to show these folks. They are just lost, and the way they're trying to come up with their decisions, they're going through hard and difficult decisions, and the enemy is taking advantage of that.
I had the reality of it struck me because I'd never been near a facility before. This is the first time I'd been actually near an abortion facility, and so it gripped me like, this is where babies' lives are taken, and it was that heaviness of not just like pointing the finger at somebody, but feeling my own like need of a savior and saying, they need a savior, not just that young woman, but their family, and every situation that they've gone through has led them up to this point. It's a spiritual warfare, and we're in a battle, and just that reality of it just really hit me in a way that I hadn't thought of before.
I was thinking about the women there that either through conviction or circumstance felt that abortion was their best option, and I also felt that it was in a real spiritual battleground. I did feel the presence of God with me as I prayed, not only that the ladies would not have an abortion, but also I prayed that they would receive Jesus as their personal Savior, which is their very first need.
God says we shouldn't be silent in the face of injustice, and we shouldn't be ashamed to speak about our beliefs. So this is a real way, just for an hour, just to pray and to not be silent against this injustice.
The thing is, you're actually praying to make the difference before the moms make that decision. So the other ways are kind of ways to help afterwards when moms have already said, yeah, I need help with my baby. But this is before they make that decision.
Like, I couldn't move because it just really hit me hard. I'm like, this is reality, and it finally just like caught to me like, this is an issue every day, and it needs to be, stopped, and it needs to be stopped through not only our authorities, but also through youth, because many youth think that we can't do anything. When in reality, most of the women in there are youth.
When you encounter things that are so horrible, you have a tendency to turn away and to just think, I can't do anything about that, so I just don't want to think about it. But we can. We're not. And the other thing is, there's so many ministries, worthwhile things going on to be involved in. It's hard to know sometimes, what am I supposed to do? And we're not all called to be on the front lines and volunteering in the mobile ultrasounds or being sidewalk counselors, but we can all pray.
This is an opportunity to be the hands and feet of Christ, and actually to go physically and be there and show these women, and they may not understand what we're doing, but to actually show them our love and concern, not only for them, but for their unborn children.
We never know the impact of just someone driving up and seeing someone sitting there praying, how powerful that is to someone who's struggling with a decision such as that. Instead of sitting out there and chanting and throwing a sign up, and seeing someone sitting there lovingly praying for another person who they have no idea who it is, and just that's a huge impact on people, and I think anyone that participates in this is also going to feel not only for those others, but for that impact that it had on me personally.
And the 40 Days for Life, one of the things I've loved about it is it's an easy entry, so to speak, into doing something about being for life and for women. It's not just about babies. It's about being for women and for families and for justice. But there's always that, what do I do? I'm for that, but I don't know what to do. Well, here's an easy way to have something to do. Sign up for an hour